Yesterday I arrived back here at the hotel mid-afternoon, really quite exhausted. This is Mission Live with Roger, coming from Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City. I went yesterday to visit two centres on the outskirts of Ho Chi Minh City. On the way, we went by car, a little bit different to the scooters, but the traffic was very, very heavy. It was very hot, tropical hot, and quite a distance out from the centre of the city here. We first went to a centre called Mai Hoa, which is a centre for HIV/AIDS patients and HIV/AIDS orphans, some of whom have AIDS and some of whom parents are still living but have abandoned these kids, and some who are truly orphans. This centre is run by the Vincentian sisters, and there's a very nice and very gracious sister there in charge, a number of the sisters who are working there with some lay helpers. Also, they have some men who have been prisoners but have nowhere to go, and in some of the bigger children and young people with AIDS, they're teaching them all any kinds of skills that they can teach them so that they may be able to find some employment and to get on with their life. Some of the AIDS patients there are very, very sick, probably dying. Often there's no treatment for them. So it's not, for the patients and for the people there, it's not a good situation. But the sisters do an extraordinary work in looking after them and trying to give at least the children some education and a hand up to get on with their future. And we give some funding to that place for that purpose. One comment along the way was that often the kids, when they go to school, they don't make it known that the place that they live is a AIDS care centre because there's a lot of prejudice against them, and often the only kids that will associate with them are other kids who have AIDS or AIDS-related family. So that's quite a challenging situation there. And again, in due course, I'll bring you some photos of that place and what goes on there. When we left there, we went next door to another place, which is a centre for autistic children, and that is run by a group of sisters from Korea called the Sisters of the Korean Martyrs. And they do an absolutely extraordinary job there. A lot of these kids, some are autistic but quite mobile and can move around. Others are completely retarded, incapacitated. No physical development, no mental development, almost like they are not people, don't have a personality, which is probably not right. But the sisters that look after them must do an absolutely extraordinary job, because everything these children need has to be done for them. And I couldn't imagine working there myself. And myself, it was quite a shock, very confronting to see these children just simply lying there on the floor, completely emaciated, no spark of life, no personality that you could see. I was accompanied by one of my confreres. He's a priest, and he sat down beside these children and just held their hand and stroked their fingers. And I saw there the real compassion that Christ showed, the real compassion that as MSCs we profess to have. But I must admit, I was challenged in this, to see this compassion that I myself don't feel I can give. So by the end of the day, with so many things, I was very exhausted when I came home, and I had to just sit quietly and close my eyes until my head cleared, and I had a bit of a nap, and then I was able to be okay. So this is mission. This is where it's all happening. Thank you.